Welcome to the place. You typed in atheist, sort by new on YouTube. You get this guy who's not an atheist but says, hey, you know what? I'm a Christian. I'd like for us to maybe have a conversation, but let's break the rules. Let's be rebels. Let's decide we're not going to debate each other. We're not going to prove each other wrong. That's silly. That's a waste of time. That's not very high on the IQ scale. Let's do something fresh. Hashtag get fresh. Let's do this. Let's have a conversation, find out what can we agree on. Now, I looked at a comment and I want to share it with you because I think this is important to me in this discussion. Let's check this out. So the comment was on one of my videos here recently, Beetlejuice, which I appreciate Beetlejuice being here. Usually, the comments that I've seen come in, like, okay, this guy, Beetlejuice, or she, they're presenting themselves as a person who can handle emotionally intelligent conversations without resorting to debate. But as far as kind of this comment did that to me. Beetlejuice, quote, people should follow a progressive religion and like the Baha'i faith or even Buddhism. Any religion which looks down on non-believers isn't a good religion, and one that prevents people from truly being equal, like Christianity or Islam looking down on LGBTQ community and non-believers. End quote. So, well, that's not the end. That's where there's a whole other thing, but I want to stay relevant to the storyline here. So I responded. I said to him, do you believe that I look down on non-believers? Beetlejuice responded, no, but a lot of Christians and other religious people judge. If more people had your mindset with regards to religion, the world would be a better place. End quote. So Beetlejuice, thank you. I'm glad you're here. And this is exactly what this channel is about. Like I said, when I look at actually, I've never looked at a comment from Beetlejuice that I wasn't like, I like this person. Because we're on the same wavelength. We're saying, you know what? We have different perspectives, yes, but we can have an intelligent conversation. I appreciate that. And I appreciate this about you, that you recognize that you do not see me as a judgmental person, despite me recognizing that others have different beliefs than me. So, specifically mentioned the LGBTQ community. I got the letters, the community there. Yeah, I think it's wrong that Christians as a whole, as a culture, whatever, would single out people in that community as being some kind of worse sinners than the rest of us. I mean, for someone who is a Christian and believes the Bible and believe that following God's laws and loving your neighbor as yourself and all these things, why would you single out the thing that has nothing to do with you? And I think that's just a reflection of pride. I think that pride is like the sin of the Bible. It seems like if there was one thematic sin of the Bible, it would be pride. So how unintelligent is it for a Christian to say, well, I don't want gay people in my neighborhood. I don't want them adopting kids. I don't want them running for president. I don't want them to be able to get cakes for the wedding at the bakery. I don't want them. So you're singling out gay people? Well, what about people who are living together but aren't married? I mean, Jesus addressed a woman in that situation, the woman at the well. She'd been married, 5 times before, and the current man she was living with wasn't her husband. And the way he portrayed that is like saying, look, that's not pleasing to God, right? So why would we single out the gay community if we're not going to single out people who are living together and they're not married? It's funny, like the sitcom Friends, like, exploits the concept of, hey, everybody just have casual sex is okay. Like, that was the show Friends. But they also made a lot of gay jokes on that show. And granted, that show has been off the air for a while. But I think even society, apart from Christianity, has this thing that they do with the gay community that they, but you're worse off, or you're different in a bad way, kind of thing. But they won't do this for people who have their own sins that they're experiencing. Again, pride, gossip. I mean, seriously, any Christian groups deal with gossip? Yeah, that's bad, and that's bad. Same thing also, though, in mainstream American TV. There's channels dedicated to gossip. To me, gossip is a really horrible thing too. So it's funny that we won't call people out for gossiping, but we'll call them out because they're part of the gay community, and we want to somehow take their rights away and discriminate against them. So for the record, I believe in zero discrimination, really, against anybody for any reason. But especially, if anything, I'm for the opposite of discrimination for gay people. If anything, I'm for saying, look, I want gay people to have the same rights and everything as the rest of it. They should not be treated poorly because of that. If so, if we're going to start keeping tab here, okay, where's all the people who live together that aren't married? All right, where's all the people? And we can get all these other lists too, right? And let's do the same thing with people who gossip. You know, if you're consuming entertainment that is gossip based, well, that makes you a partaker in the situation. Whatever the sin is, it's interesting how culture, not just Christians, but culture in general, happens to do that to the gay community. Now, with that being said, you may like what I just said, but now let me challenge you. With all that being said, I still believe that homosexuality is a sin. Just like I believe so many other things are sin that the Bible lists. But what I'm saying is, I'm not singling out being gay as a thing that's worse than somebody else's situation. I think it's totally wrong that gay people are discriminated against for that. So what am I saying? I'm saying, I believe, based on the Bible, we are all born sinners. We all have our own things that we end up, I have certain sins that you wouldn't be able to relate to and vice versa, etc. That's how it all is. But what the point of this video is, it's easy to point out somebody else's sin when you can't relate to it. And just like with the woman who was caught in adultery, well, I don't mean like that. What I mean by that is this. The quotation marks, the reason I'm kind of like, is because they wanted to stone the lady caught in adultery. But what about the man? No mention of that. So they were discriminating against a woman for being caught in adultery, which we don't know the whole story. I mean, was it even consensual would be my first question. But that's what people tend to do. Oh, I've never been part of adultery. I've never cheated on my spouse, so that's a bad person. That's what those people were doing in a Jewish society. That's what they were doing. They were saying, how dare this woman be a homewrecker? Let's kill this lady. And then Jesus came along and like, okay, so which one of you doesn't have any sin? And they all dropped their stones and they walked away, and the lady wasn't murdered that day. It's that simple. But we're doing that with the gay community. So, I love gay people. I want full rights for gay people. I like to hug gay people. I want gay people to like me. But I understand that some people aren't okay with that, because in my mind, I believe that homosexuality is a sin, just like everything else that's also mentioned in the Bible, including pride. But I think, and I'm asking you, can you dig this? Can you dig the concept that someone can disagree with someone's lifestyle personally, but not want to see that person cursed in any way, discriminated against in any way? And if anything, I only want blessings for all people, including gay people, especially gay people, because they've been mistreated for so long. So, it's kind of gray here, because our society teaches all or nothing, don't they? You're either extreme liberal or extreme conservative. You're either Democrat or Republican. You're either totally for gay rights or you're totally against them. Well, I'm for gay rights. It's just that I believe that homosexuality is a sin. Because I do not believe that we need to start checking out people's sins like that, like they did with the woman caught in adultery. Again, why aren't we picking on people who live together and aren't married? Why aren't we doing that? Because if we're straight, then well, at least if they're living together, at least they could get married, and if they got married, it wouldn't be a sin. We can't say that for gay people. And I think that's the thing. A man and a woman can always end up getting married. But for a same gender couple to get married, well, it's sin. And closing thought, I think it's just so ridiculous that, because I understand that gay marriage is legal now, but back when it was illegal, it was as if Christians were trying to say, well, homosexuality is wrong, therefore we can't let them get married. So that's preventing them from being gay. That's preventing them from doing what they're already doing. So that's what's so silly about it, is we want to make things illegal because we disagree with that. That's why I'm saying, no, I don't need to make things illegal because I disagree with how someone lives their life. No, fully accept them as they are. Because here's the thing, in the same way that I perceive sin as it is, and putting myself in that situation saying, I am a sinful person, I was born a sinner, I need forgiveness. That's all of us. We're all in that situation. Why single somebody out? Instead, hey, I'm in the same boat as you. I'm in the same boat as you. I am a sinner too, and I need to be saved by God's grace too. So, you get to decide though. Now, in the concept of talking about pride, the temptation will be for you to analyze me in the comments, which I'm ultimately inviting you to do. You're more than welcome to do that. I guess that's the overall concept of this video is basically, hey bro, judge me. In doing so, when we judge one person, we're bringing that much more on ourselves. So ultimately, can you dig though? Can you dig the fact that I perceive that we all have sin, and I believe it's wrong to pinpoint someone else's sin, especially to just discriminate them for that? Because otherwise, I'm in that same situation, just in a different category. Therefore, love all people as yourself. Do not make rules against people and laws against people. Love them as yourself, as your neighbor. That's what I believe. Can you dig that? Your comments belong right here.